Push the video.
On your best behavior. On your best behavior. On your best behavior. Need you to be on your best behavior. On your best behavior. On your best behavior. We need you to be.
Hello, everyone. It's Myrrie
And it's Kay. Hi.
and we are here for our podcast, BOYBB, Be On Your Best Behavior. We are the co-owners of Best Care Behavior Homes, also co-owners of Best Care Consulting. I just wanted to clear that up this time.
Okay.
So today we're going to be talking about growing pains.
Yes, growing pains. Staffing and business wise,
Yeah, so growing pains within your business.
Yes.
As you're trying to grow your business, you are going to get to the point where you're expanding enough to have those growing pains, which is a good thing. Yeah, well, it could be a bad thing if you don't know how to handle it, but we're taking it as a good thing.
But you have to have faith in yourself.
Yeah.
You have to have faith in yourself.
Kind of like labor. It could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you end up with after you have that baby.
Okay, so some of the topics that we're going to discuss today in growing pains is hiring new staff, increase payroll, because with growing pains your payroll will increase, some communication issues that we have, also technology. You have to keep up on technology. And also, what did you say? Bigger levels, bigger devils. And we'll explain that. So go ahead, Bart. Tell them about hiring new staff. How's that growing pains?
I thought this was supposed to be your podcast. No. So, growing pains with hiring new staff. So, one thing that you're going to probably go through is trying to keep the same type of culture that you have created with your, I would say, original staff. You guys might be, I'll say, all go-getters, hands-on, not about the gossiping, having each other's back, things like that. And then the more you hire people,
Yes.
the more you start bringing in the negative stuff, which, it happens.
But one thing I'm going to tell you this, you're going to have to make a decision. If you bring new people in and hire them, no matter how good they are, you're going to have to make a decision whether you're going to keep that person if they don't mesh or blend with your culture, or you're going to have to let that person go. So I think in some of our cases, we made the decision to keep the person, and let me tell you, it came to bite us in the butt.
Yeah.
So you learn from your mistakes, or you can learn from other people's mistakes in knowing that, okay, even though the person that you hired is good or is doing a good job and has experience, I'm thinking to myself, sometimes you'd rather hire somebody that don't have experience and train them.
Yeah.
Because you want people to mesh with your culture.
Yeah.
In your business.
Definitely. And so another growing pain would be, I guess, a part of hiring is you want to hire because you don't want to burn your people out. You don't want to overwork your employees. So you definitely want to hire. You just want to hire the right people.
Yeah. And sometimes you want to overhire, and that's what we're in the process of doing right now. We're going to overhire. That way, we instead of we doing 36 hours, or sometimes we have one person that does 4 days a week, that we could give some of that hours to the overhire people. So that way, when somebody is not working out, and you have to, I guess,
remove them from the situation.
Let's make it sound real good. And you have to let them go. Then you have extra people that can work out for your company.
Yeah. And just realize when you're hiring people, don't always try to be a cheapskate. I mean, I like to watch money and things like that, but you get what you pay for.
I'm a cheapskate.
So, yeah, you get what you pay for. So you ultimately want to offer a competitive salary. And like I said, that may be a growing pain for you. You may be like, oh, I want to hold on to this money. But you ultimately, you can't run a business by yourself.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
Yeah, you can do business by yourself, but you can't run a business by yourself.
Yeah. So in some cases, that saying is, you get what you pay for. So if you're wanting top grade employees, then you most likely is going to have to pay at the top tier of the salary or the income.
Yeah.
Or the hourly wage.
And that goes into our next point about growing pains is increase in payroll, increase in expenses. The more people you hire, the bigger you grow. You're going to be looking at your account like, what the heck? Well, Kay does that.
Yes, I'll be looking at the account saying,
what
what the heck?
And I don't like her looking at the account because I know that in any business you're going to have expenses. But say you go from total expenses in a month for your business to $10,000, and then you're looking at total expenses for the month to be $200,000. Then you're gonna be like, it's a shock. So you just have to, realize that in growth, you are going to have more money going out in order to make more money.
Yeah.
So with payroll, expenses, and then two, like she said, higher caliber employee, you definitely want to be competitive to the market. You want to start offering benefits.
Yes. And the thing also, I didn't think about this. You do have some people that have a business that don't watch their numbers. So it's a good thing to watch your numbers.
Yeah.
Every month or every pay period, Myrrie gives me the payroll and I look over it and the expenses and I look over it. And then if I have questions, I ask her questions even though she don't like to answer them. But that's how we keep track. And then we go over it with our team.
Yeah.
So if you're not looking at your numbers, you need to know because you may be out somewhere and you may be looking for an investor, you may be looking for anything. You may be looking to get a contract with a facility or a hospital.
You need to know
your numbers or somewhere around your numbers. You don't want someone asking you about your numbers and you be like, well, I got to ask Myrrie. I mean, I do that sometime, but I kind of know an average of what we spend our expenses is in a month. So at least I can give them an average, but then I tell people, well, if you want to know the precise numbers, then you need to talk to the financial officer.
And even if you hire someone to do your numbers, you always want to have an update. You always want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense to be in business and you're not making money.
That's it. So you want to make sure, and anybody know, I think most people know that your expenses should be 50. If your expenses is 50% of your profit, you are way overboard. So you try to keep your expenses under that 50%. Really, you should try to keep it around 30. Okay.
I was gonna say 40, but
okay. So go back to the, you pay for what you get. Our company, we're getting into offering benefits. What else? Payroll cards. We're gonna be offering that. Also, she's up here acting like she don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm letting her talk. She always say I talk too much.
We also will be offering paid like PTO time. That's what most people are coming to, but sick leave, and then what else?
Kay be talking too much.
Time off. We're gonna be offering that. So in order to hire those caliber people that
right.
Even though our culture be pretty much we didn't have a lot of call-ins. We have some people being tardy a lot.
Yeah, not a lot of call-ins.
Yeah, so not a lot of call-ins. So the next thing is communication issues with these growing pains.
Yeah.
And one while we was having a lot of communication issues, but we done worked ourselves back because we have to remember whose we are and where we are now. What
Right.
did Jerry say in her thing? That wasn't what she said.
I can't remember.
Well,
remember.
but anyway, we have to remember whose we are,
Right.
and we know who we are, and we know who our Father is. So we had to work that thing out, that communication stuff.
Yeah, and as you grow, like with us, we try to have monthly meetings. We have Monday meetings with the team. So there's things we put in place so communication is always open, and it helps to not miss stuff.
Yeah. I think one of our biggest communication is because me, Myrrie, and I, we communicate, and then we think we didn't told the team, and we haven't told the team, and then we wondering why y'all don't know, because we didn't communicate between.
Sometimes I don't even think we speak it. We are kind of in sync, and we have like telepathy, so we be thinking the same thing. And sometimes we don't even say it, and we be like, oh, we told everybody. And they're like, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, y'all didn't. So, yeah, so you have to work on communication, because communication will be a growing pain.
That's right.
The bigger you grow, you're going to have to stay in touch with your employees, and you're going to have to keep communication open. So find ways to do that, because it's really important.
It's real. Yep. So you want to talk about technology, the type of technology that we're using right now in our business?
So with, I guess a growing pain is if you don't grow with technology or advance with technology, you're going to be left in the dust. So we do have kind of an older part of our team and a younger part. Those young people be teaching us all kind of stuff. So you got to be open to advance. So things that we use, we do our scheduling online. We do, we have an intranet. We have, just ways to communicate online. We do a lot of Zoom. With the COVID and everything, we used to require people to come in once a month. Now we do it on Zoom. So we try to just stay abreast of things, and just connect with people that are constantly moving forward. And then that way it can kind of trickle down, and it can teach you new things.
Yeah.
So
with the technology, like she said, I'm on pins and
yeah,
needles.
she don't want to do nothing.
I do not want to do it. But don't be scared to ask, hey, how do you do this? Like one of our young people on our staff had introduced HoneyBook. I was like, oh, she gonna have to give a class on that.
Yeah.
So don't be scared to ask, hey, I need a class on that, so you can show us, everybody, how to use this HoneyBook, so everybody be on the same page. It's some stuff that because of my nursing background that we've always, probably in the last 15 years, 20 years, we have documented on electronic medical records. So that kind of helped me out some for us using the computer. So I think if I hadn't had to do that in my career, I probably would not want to be changing no computer stuff.
No computer stuff.
No computer technology.
So like I said, that could be a growing pain, because times are changing, and if you don't know how to get on a computer right now, you already a dinosaur. So my 87-year-old mama knows how to get on the computer and get on Facebook.
That's right.
And communicate with us, because she know that all of her grands, and all her kids, that's how we communicate.
Yes.
So guess what? My mama does Facebook Lives. She logs on the face. She ain't made it to Instagram, but at least she on Facebook. She's able to communicate. So in your business, as you grow, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to advance. You're going to have to evolve. And you're going to have to do things that are out of your comfort zone. But the great thing is, there's stuff out there like YouTube. There's stuff out there. If you don't know, youtube.com.
And Google.
Because I know, yes. And Google is your friend. I love Google.
Yes.
Google is my best friend. So anyway, these are things that you need to utilize to move yourself forward.
And the thing with Google, you have to play with what you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something on Google, you have to keep entering different topics.
Type it just the way you say it.
Yeah.
I will be looking for somebody and I will say, who is the woman on the movie Jumanji that wore the red shirt in the zoo, in the zoo? And Google will find her. I love it. So yeah. So that's just some things. And then the last point we want to make is just understand that the bigger you grow, the higher the level, the bigger the devil.
So take it in stride, because I'm telling you, giants keep on coming. I mean, they hit us from left, right, front, and back.
Yes.
But I think that as long as the core, well, I won't say the core, like Myrrie and myself, as long as we know who we are, and sometimes we forget, but when we find ourselves like the prodigal son, we have to go back on our bases. This business was shake it off. This business was grown and came to effect because we know who our Father is. Sometimes we didn't think stuff was gonna happen, but He showed up in them rooms and stuff went pushed through.
Yeah.
So that's the thing you have to go back on. You have to figure out, hey, this is who I am. I feel like me and her stand together. As long as we standing together, everything else is gonna fall in place. But believe me this, sometimes He take you through those trials. I'm saying God take you through trials if you don't know when I say He. Sometimes God take us through trials because we move into the next level. And that's what we're doing with Best Care Behavior Homes. We're moving to the next level.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? What I mean when we move into the next level? Tell them. No.
I don't know what you that. But just know that it's gonna happen. It's a part. It's kind of like I go back to labor. It's kind of like somebody having a baby. Your stomach's gonna stretch. You're gonna have swollen feet. You're gonna get stretch marks. There's things that you have to anticipate when you go through this. There's things you're gonna have to anticipate, and the higher you get, the more stuff is gonna come. And I'm not saying it's not gonna affect you. I'm not saying we all up here in the clouds, everything is perfect. No, I was crying yesterday.
Yeah, I wanted to throw up yesterday.
Yeah. So
because a big old giant
gonna happen.
Goliath came yesterday.
Right. But after you cry, guess what? I got all kind of people watching. I'm about to cry right now. Look.
Oh,
I got all kind of people watching. So I go in my room, I cry. I got in the shower, I cried. And then guess what? I shook it off. Because that's what you got to do when you're going through growing pains in business.
And I was talking to Myrrie about, last night we was talking to one of our, I guess, Touch and Agree partners. And he spoke about something I spoke about the past Sunday. Faith. You got to believe in yourself, man. You got to believe in yourself. And I always go back to that scripture where the woman touched the hem of God's garment. And he said, because of your faith.
Yeah.
Because of her faith. Not because of anybody else's faith. So because of our faith, we know we're going to make it through this.
Right.
Yeah.
So just have faith in these growing pains. And like we always say, be on your best behavior. And in these days and times, be a blessing to someone else.
Bye.